Back to CO2 emissions, and McKinsey, which is, you're familiar with that agency, estimates that decarbonizing the built environment can create as much as $800 billion to $1.9 trillion in new green value pools across sectors. There is a dire need to innovate from conventional construction approaches, considering that India is witnessing a relative construction boom amidst the slowdown in China and other larger nations, and India can realize a significant portion of these potential value chain. And I'm very happy that the DG CPWD is here with us, so is the CMD NBCC, because that provides that link which is required between developments in the private sector and the public sector in order to ensure that we use the cutting-edge green technologies. Now, this discussion becomes all the more important when we consider that most of required built environment in our cities is yet to be built. A McKinsey study a few years ago estimated that we will need to build about 700 to 900 square meters of commercial and residential space every year to meet our urbanization demands for 2030. So I'm not surprised that most of Delhi is being rebuilt, but so are most of the other cities. And in order to do that in a most cost-effective, environmentally friendly way, that is what the subject of your conference is. And you mentioned to me, Irani-ji, that you're going to be listening to a presentation from someone who has helped build the largest public building, the Surat Diamond Exchange. I wish I could also sit and listen to that, but I think the guys who fix my calendar, their priorities are sometimes a little mixed up. But anyway, I'm sure I'll get the results of that presentation. The Modi government has viewed urbanization as an opportunity for multifaceted growth. And I say this with a great degree of happiness, because in the past, India was described as a reluctant urbanizer. Reluctant because in the views of the West, before 2014, we did not even see the challenges in the urbanization process. And because we didn't see the challenges, we couldn't seize the opportunities. And then along came the new Prime Minister in May 2014, and it's turned around. So I think some of the work that is being done in urbanization is in response to the Honorable Prime Minister's overall scheme, India Viksit Desh by 2047, making sure that the benefits of development percolate down to the farthest in society. When you mention 1.20 crore urban housing through the Awas Yojana, if you add to that what we are doing through the Gramin Kshetra, it comes to 3 crores. And so, I mean, the scale is literally mind-boggling. So I think the true significance of what you are doing perhaps is sometimes lost to even us. When you provide a unit under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, whether it is under the affordable housing, AHP vertical or BLC, beneficiary-led this thing, on in-situ slum rehabilitation, you're not just providing a roof over someone's head. It constitutes one of the most profound, transformative impact in any family's life. I am aware of that a little more than others because my previous generation came in as refugees. They lived in a refugee camp. My father did, in Kingsway camp. But because they were educated, they could find a job. The first access to housing was when I had, and my father was due to retire, and I was then a member of the Foreign Service, and the first access came through the DDA. And this I'm talking about now 1978-79. So you look at from 47 to 1978-79, how many years that is. But today, you are able to provide this to all sections of our society, the economically weaker section and BPL. So I think that's the change taking place. Recently, the Prime Minister gave the keys to newly constructed flats, and I think it was GK, and he was listening to the stories here on this very platform, and the Honorable Prime Minister asked the beneficiary, "Aap kitne saal se?" They were living in that cluster. He said, "40 saal se." "How many children do you have?" She said, "That one daughter." "And what does she do?" "She's studying BA Honours English in Delhi University." See the change which is coming around as this. And I think it's not just a roof over the head, it is, usme shauchalay hai, usme Ujjwala ka connection hai, and it's a completely new transformative experience. But then you will require, as you go along, some of the construction which took place in the 60s, some of these colonies, they will need to be rebuilt with better utilization of space, newer technology, materials, etc. So therefore, I'm very, very happy that this focus is coming now on new construction technologies. Under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, we mentioned a figure of 1 crore 19 lakhs, out of which 1.13 crore have already been grounded, and I think close to about 78 lakhs have already been handed over to beneficiaries. But I think one of the statistics which merits being mentioned here, and I'm glad to do that, is that out of this number which I mentioned, 43.3 lakh houses under this mission are being constructed using sustainable building materials, such as fly ash, bricks, blocks, and AAC block. These houses will contribute to a reduction of 9 million tons of CO2 emissions by the end of December 24. I think that is significant. It's not just that we are talking about new building technologies as an objective to be realized in the future. It's being done today as part of our current thing. And I want to compliment all of you from the construction industry, the chairman and all of you, Mr. Irani, because you are doing it in the private sector. The government is doing it as part of this thing. And after all, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana is also being built with the government collaboration and private contractors, etc. And I'm very happy in the projects of the CPWD and the NBCC, all this is being done. I had mentioned 53 innovative technologies. My speaking notes say it's actually 54. But I want to fast forward from there. The innovative construction technologies in these 6 projects, lighthouse projects, in Chennai, Rajkot, Indore, Lucknow, Ranchi, Agartala, under which 6,368 houses are being built. These innovative technologies have multiple benefits, and let me list some of them. Faster construction, 50% reduction in construction time. Optimal use of resources, 15 to 20% saving of cement. Minimal waste, 20% reduction in construction waste. Cost-effective design, 10 to 20% reduction in cost of construction. Thermal comfort, 20 to 25% enhanced thermal comfort. 4-star Griha rating. Low life cycle cost. Energy efficiency, 20% reduction in energy. 25% reduction in embodied energy, low GHG greenhouse gas emission, 35% in reduction in those greenhouse emissions. The project in Chennai, comprising 1,152 houses, was completed in a record of 12 months and was dedicated to the nation by the Honorable Prime Minister on 26 May 2022. The project in Rajkot, consisting of 1,144 homes, was inaugurated by the Prime Minister on 19th August 2022. The remaining 4 projects are either already complete or, as the Secretary told me, in an advanced stage. In a short duration of time, they will be completed. I would like to also mention that owing to this mission, India has witnessed a structural shift in housing demand. There are more first-time home buyers, especially under the credit-linked subsidy scheme. And I want to now also say that I believe that the Modi government has laid down the roadmap for the construction industry. Since you were being complimentary insofar as the government is concerned, I think you now have a roadmap to reorient itself and support the vision of the Prime Minister in achieving a net zero emission by 2070. And finally, I think this conference has brought together some of the brightest minds in the construction and real estate industries. It is imperative we find feasible ways to increase the adoption of emerging materials and technologies in the construction industry, and I'm confident that your deliberations at this event will be beneficial for informing future discourse on this subject. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, sir.